Chapter 15. For one, for all. Having just managed to recruit Medius, Nitras, and Bk3 to your side, you nearly miss one of the foulest constructs sneaking up on you. We need to move. That construct has already raised the alarm. How do you know? This building is held together by Medius' magic. She's fairly sensitive to all that goes on within it. Suddenly, Farah's voice booms out from everywhere at once. I will find you. You abominations, all I do, you shall all burn. That is also a good indicator. And Farah, not too late to surrender. Though I think we both know you're too stupid to do that. Well, that's gonna piss her off. Too bad I don't think she can hear you, much as I wish she could. Can't believe she called us abominations. That's just plain rude. Lily huffs in offended agreement from behind Hooters' ears. I appreciate how much you focus on manners, even at the worst times near. It feels very civilized. Manners and honor are interlinked. Without one, you can't have the other. Shall I be insulted out, boy? You have your own form of manners. You have your own form of manners, Mentora. Can we discuss this when we aren't about to be attacked? Follow Val's gaze to the end of the wall, and the hall where a wall of constructs appears. They charge forward and swarm around each of the old guards. Most of them go on offensive, but Medius staggers back, eyes wide. A little help, everyone? Spin a dial on your spell shot to lighten. Take aim, fire. Hop. Splitting apart, the bolts slam to the two constructs, and then send electricity leaping out to the rest. That should get some of them off your back, Medius. But even as you and your friends are steered through them, the constructs continue to launch for the gods. They don't seem to be paying much attention to us, everyone. Let's show them that's what. Let's show them why that's a bad idea. You roll the tile beneath your feet to up the ripple and creak, chunks of it erupting around the gods and blocking the construct's path. Rather than trying to find a way around, they beat the weapons against the rock, not even making the dent. You'd think the guards or the pilots would be a little smarter. A reflection of their creator, clearly. Spotting out a wave of constructs on their way down the hall. Pull the scroll you got earlier out of your bag. How about we stop fighting lackeys and go find the real threat? You unfurl the scroll, send a wave of force rushing through the room and freezing all but you and your party. Whoa. Constructs are suspended in time, jumping, attacking, dying, sprays of blood floating in the air like snow and painting. How long have you been able to do this, Elrond? And why'd you not tell me? You wave now blank parchment above your head. I'm afraid it's a one-time use. I found it just sitting on a shelf back in the ballroom. Well, that's where that scroll went. Silly me. She leaves her stuff everywhere. You carefully weave through the constructs and the weapons until you can dart for an open doorway just as the magic fades. Cruz lets out a surprisingly adult roar and barrels after you, with Lily clinging on for dear life. You barrel down another long hallway full of statues, slowing only when you feel Bk3's hand on your shoulder. Wait just a moment, Elrond. What's an important trope of the hero's journey? Huh? The gift of the gods. Bk3 takes Medius' hand, and you watch as a set of black, purple, and gold armor materialize before you. Now to reinforce it. He walks right up to the floating armor and punches it in the chest, metal fanning out into thick, protective place in response. I don't think I've ever seen armor made that way. Let's have a touch of magic, shall we? With a wave of Valley's hand, the gold woven drought starts to sparkle and gleam, and even from a distance, you can feel the power humming through it. Tension, stability, shadow fire. This will certainly be more than enough to keep you safe, Elrond. A suit of armor for a hero such as yourself. With a special suit of armor crafted by the old gods to gain defensive and offensive edge against the fire. I wish it was blue to match my hair, my eyes, my skin, but yeah. You're about to don the armor by hand, and Media shakes her head. Mars is so silly. You snap her fingers. The armor instantly appears on your body, fitting like a glove. Well, how do I look? I'm thinking we need 6 paintings. At least a dozen poems. I'm not even sure even that many could truly capture your splendor. The only kid you say that, then take us the challenge. I thought you would be more than happy to write a ballad all about how dashing you look. It is a ballad when we got the real thing standing right here. I think the rest of the world deserves to hear Elrond's magnificence. Ruthlessly efficient and impressive. And your armor looks good too. And it shall be just as useful in battle. We no longer have the element of surprise, so I should think carefully about how to approach and devour. The throne room has 3 entrances. The throne room has 3 entrances. We should secure them all before entering, which means we need to split up. That is surprisingly cautious of you, Nitrax. It shows good strategy, sibling. The Valix near Valley can take one out. Mamtor, Nitrax, and Medius. You just get into that, brother. Yes, the 4 of you together. That leaves me, Tavel, Aaron, and Bakshi. Sorry, Taro, Aaron, Bakshi, me, and Hooters and Lily. After we're all in position, we finish this, once and for all. Splitting off with the others, you, Taro, and Aaron follow Bakshi through the halls, only for Zara to freeze as you turn a corner. What's wrong? When you follow their gaze, you see that all light seems to have been swallowed up by some unseen force. What is it? What is that? It looks like shadow magic. Not possible. The queen isn't allowed shadow here. As you inch closer, you can hear what almost sounds like a shuffling of playing cards, and then the wall of darkness begins to move. I think it's her moths. You can see that they're clustered around some kind of light source, but there are so many you can't see. We have to go through here to get to the throne room. If they see us, she sees us. So we just don't make any light, magical or otherwise. Indeed, they are drawn to such things. I'll sit my blade, though I doubt it will be much use against these insects. And I'll be ready to snuff out any glimmer of light or shadow. Good. Let's go. With that, y'all begin to pick your way through the darkness, hundreds of wings hitting your face and skin until Terrell steps just a little too close to the light. The moths are swimming around, and they turn on him. The room erupts into chaos as you're lost in a hurricane of insects, unable to bat them away. I'm pretty sure the fire knows where we are. Now. Not if I can help it. Terrell holds his hands out, and all of the doors and windows in the room slam shut, lock you in with the nightmare. Wait, Cole. Why Cole? Still at it. Who just gallops into the room with Lily on his back, snapped at insects. Lily tries to catch them with her front paws. Aaron lashes out with a tendril of shadow magic, seeming to freeze the moths he has in place. Shadow immobilizes them, and they're attracted to light. Terrell, we need a cage. Once we're inside, Aaron can use the shadow magic to keep them in place, while Bakshi and I take them all at once. Brilliant, Elrond. Terrell and Aaron's magic weaves together to start forming the cage, the moths continuing to swarm wildly. You form a pulsing light on top of the one already in the room, and all the monsters stutter in their flight, no longer diving at you. Like a single massive creature, they all turn and descend upon the illusion, giving you space to breathe. That's much better, don't you think? While the mouse successfully captured, and floods the cage with shadow, causing the creatures to go still. They're all yours, I want. Tell Bashi how best to take them out. Bashi, paint me a picture. But I'm not. You can do it. I'm taking something red and green, maybe with a little black drawn in there. See this slight flicker of sadness on Bashi's face that quickly becomes peaceful as he summons a paintbrush in his hand. Bashi paints across an invisible canvas, then sends the paint right into the mobs, obliterating them. Poor imitation, I'm afraid. It's beautiful, and I'm sure they would have thought so too. With the mob's gone, Terrell pauses near the window, his eyes going wide. What is it? Joining him, you find Serenia and Alara leading the Molly crew rebels as they make it assault on the piles. It's my Kilma. She's alright. You give his hand a small, supportive squeeze, and he smiles at you. And so is she. RNA is still among the resistance ranks, and you have to wrap your arms around Aaron to keep him from leaping out the window. Alright. I need you here, Aaron. With me. She tried to kill us, Elrond. She thinks she did, which means it's only a matter of time before she turns to Serenia, and he runs a frustrated hand through his hair for his shoulder slump. I can't be responsible for more death. No, you're not responsible for her. Normally I would flirt with Aaron, but Tyrell's right there, so I'm trying to let Tyrell know, I didn't give up on him, after his supposed betrayal. Like, oh, you came back to us. Oh, I love you so much. I'm not gonna start flirting with Aaron in front of your face again, like the good old days. You are your mother's keeper. She wants to be selfish and hateful, and that's on her. All you can control are your own actions, Aaron. Then, I want to stop her. I want to stop her from hurting anyone else. The resistance help would prove invaluable if we can get them into the palace. Not to mention, it shows the anger and fire. And if it's at all possible, I prefer not to leave my Kilman down there with that betrayer. Both the resistance aid with Tyrell and Aaron in order to gain their help in the fight to come. Inside RNA's fate once for all. I figured out what the hell she said to Serena after she sent us to the house. The only question now is, how do we get down there? I believe I can take care of that. Fly. Grab Prudis and Tyrell. Fuck you. Grab Prudis, and Tyrell picks up Lily to begin to float in the air and out the window. Bashi, please tell me we aren't just gonna fall away. This felt more controlled falling than true flight. Don't footing. I think you mean fun. It's an incredible feeling, gliding down through the air, and I just brought RNA, head right for her, crashing into her as you land. Your former majesty, we have some questions. Serena stops mid-swing of her sword she's brought you, then her eyes flash over to Tyrell, Aaron, and Bashi as they land. Tyrell, RNA said you were dead. Yes, we figured that was a lie, she whispered. I wonder how many other people you turned on. How many others didn't survive because you betrayed them. Very confused, Alara creates an elegant golden dome around you, blocking out the rage and fight beyond. We cannot have forever. Speak quickly. She's been playing you all along. She joined the resistance so she can sell you out to Navarre. The only reason she didn't was because she showed up. The only reason she didn't was because we showed up, and she thought Navarre wanted our heads more than yours. I doubt the tip she gave you about the good the god-killing weapon was ever even real. The vote she took us to was nothing more than a trap that sent us to the hells. But how are you here? No one's ever escaped the hells. We fought our way out with little godly help. Is this true, Arne? You should not believe a word that comes out of her mouth. Arne looks at you for the shortest instant, a gleam in her eye, as she begins to cry. Aaron, my poor Aaron. What have you done to him? What have we done to him? You're the one who... I know you would never believe me, Serena. How could you? You're such an efficient mockery of your own child before you. You... What are you implying? There were 4 of them, my elven sisters, and there were 4 old gods who served the High Queen. This was Bashi's plan all along, so he likely planned to use the 3 for us, change their mind when everyone, our sons, arrived. I've given more to this cause than you could possibly imagine. I lost my dearest love. It's always dead? It never would have happened if Arne hadn't screwed us over. Then that means one of you must be in the fire. Our children are already dead, Serena. This monster has taken their bodies and planned to ascend. You can't seriously believe this. You asked Serena and Lara, exchanging glances, clearly torn. Arne, how do you know we're fake? I saw my beloved son die. Then why don't you tell me which old god is wearing Aaron's face, since you're so sure of yourself? Nitros, of course. There's the same conference. You know him that well, do you? No, but... No, of course not. There's no way a leader of the resistance will get on speaking terms with an old god. So why don't you tell us what other ways this Aaron is different from your Aaron? Yes, Mother. Do tell. Oh, well, he's... Or is it possible that you don't know your beloved son at all? Arne's gaze flicks between you, Aaron, and Serena, before her face twists into a snarl. You heinous peasant. Arne reaches into her sleeve, drawing out a chemical bomb, only for Aaron to tackle her, knocking it from her hand. That's enough, Mother. Get off me, you wretch. She claws at him viciously, but goes still as Lara places the tip of her sword at Arne's throat. It's over. You lost. Serena's hand barely moves. She sends strands of pure light flash around Arne, blinding her completely. I'm sorry I'm even entertained the idea that you're telling the truth, children. Forgive me. You know I've been the first to fall victim to a silver tongue, but I'm relieved you didn't. Taro walks forward and embraces his mother, while Lara turns to you, arms crossed. I thought I'm sure I won, and there's a battle still to be won. But first, let's do something with this traitor. I think Aaron should decide her fate. He blanches, and he put a comforting hand on his shoulder. She's hurt you more than anyone. That's why I want it to be your choice. And if you decide you don't want to be responsible for that, then that's okay too. Do I have to decide now? Of course not. There'll be a time for that after victory. You think that pathetic boy should have a say in? She's abruptly cut off as a strand of light wraps itself around her mouth. Quiet! Arne lets out a growl of raw frustration, struggling against Serena's magic bonds. I have to say, it must be hard like this, never to harm anyone, all because of us. How's the thought of that? The unable to harm anyone part, or the us part? Both. What now, everyone? We have to get back inside. Our friends need us. If we need you. With a wave of her hand, Serena tosses Arne at her nearest lieutenants, while Alara dismisses the golden dome surrounding you. The resistance behind you, everyone. Serena and Lara fall in line with you, while Tara looks around at the rebels and smiles. What's that look about? All these people putting their lives on the line to do what's right, everyone. For the first time in a very long time, I feel hopeful that change is possible, not just down here, but in the world above. So let's go and find out. Move. At Bashi's order, the constructs fighting all around brightly drew themselves out of the way, leaving a clear path to the palace doors. then waves her hand. See Joe's open the doors. Joe's doors open, letting you and the rest of the resistance flood inside. You rush into the drawing room, only to find it already in chaos, magic soaring into the air, while constructs clash blaze with your friends. What happened to waiting until we all were here? Valley couldn't help herself. The second she saw the fire, it's all over. You watch a shadow and light collide at the top of the steps, and don't see anyone through the haze and the magic. Rose was just trying to keep her minions from interfering. And it looks like you brought us some extra help too. Can't read. It's good to see you, Malvalori. That's my line, Serena. Serena and Lara rush forward to attack the constructs. The other rebels following behind them. There's a bright flash, and then Nia comes flying out of the magical haze, landing hard on the steps. Looks like they could use some help. You reach out to run your fingertips along the metal blade for the mouse daggers into its axis, line them up with blue flame. Mind clearing a path to all these constructs? You gotta get it. The two draw themselves into the fray, carving through the creatures with their glowing weapons till it's open, leading right to the drone. That's what I'm talking about. Nia's back on her feet by the time you reach the top of the stairs, but you can't help but freeze the sight before you. Party's physical bodies are laid out, perfectly preserved. What the hell's? They're for a ritual, everyone. She wasn't started when you got here. We can't allow that. I'm putting you to use. Greater use than your pathetic souls can ever be. These centuries have only made you more judgmental. Rita's Valley lashes at her with shadow. Her father turns her focus on you, blinding light building in the palm of her hand. You recall the time you spent with the great whale and the elements, how peaceful you felt, and how strong. Die, worm. The massive beam of light slams into you, body filled with warmth. When it fades, you're still standing tall. What are you? In tune with the elements. Suddenly something whizzes past your ear, a glittering golden bird. No, a warrior. There you are. The winged warrior's newly freed voice echoes around the chamber as it circles high above. Hi, Queen. Where have you been? I've been thinking. These people allowed me to think, and I've realized I do not like you. I do not like this. This massive sword appears in his hand, the same one it ended you with, only this time it's pointed at the fire. So it ends you and return to the forest to live out my days. Thinking. You're my favorite. You be my favorite again, with some adjustments. Look out. But as she goes to lift her hand, the warrior strikes first. It swings the sword at her again and again. Her shield is barely springing up in time until it finally slashes a deep gash across her arm. But when it raises the sword again, Fire grabs it by the neck and hurls it right into the wall. It shatters the stone as it crashes into it, his body going limp and with blood dripping down her arm before it turns back to you. Didn't y'all pay for that? No, you will. Eyes blazing, Nia sends a strand of light out of one hand and a strand of shadow out of the other. The red creature lies in my very temple, claiming godhood for herself. I am no god, but neither are you. The two types of magic braid together to a swirling helix, not invisible and true, but something else entirely. Nia strikes out with it like a whip, and it coils around Devara, causing the veins beneath her skin to turn black. She cries out, strips through her magic with her fingers, and electricity begins sparking off her skin as she stares down Nia. Blasphemy. Faster than you can blink, a bolt of lightning flashes past you and strikes Nia in the chest, leaving her convulsing on the ground. Nia. Devara, you don't have to do this. Your people have breached the walls. I also worshipped you, loved you. Surely you can listen. More lightning pours out from the fire, boat after boat strike and rally, till she drops to her knees, her gray skin sizzling. Mother! Fire! Valak charges forward, but as you go to join her, Valak, still injured, catches your wrist. There's a weapon beneath the drone. I fail safe in the forest. Should any of us have turned on her, it will likely not be enough to stop her, but it will weaken her significantly. It will turn the odds in our favor. How does it work? It will need more power to activate than I have right now. I have been caged too long. But Nia and my daughter, they have the power. I can distract my wife, buy you the time you need. Activate the weapon with Nia and Valak's help to deal a mighty blow to the fire. Less than 20. Okay, fine. That is exactly 20. I said less than 20, but that's exactly 20, so fine. Excellent. Valley wipes the blood from her lip as she gets back to her feet and rushes forward in the fire, while you on to Nia's side, helping her up. Are you still okay to fight? I'm not about to let her stop me. Or nod. You take off with a drone, leave beside you, but once you get there, you can't find a switch or lever or anything to access the weapon. Alex, we can use some help over here. Alex leaps back from the fray as Riley and Fire clash, spread the note to the drone. What are you doing? Riley said there's some kind of weapon underneath the drone. I have no idea how to access it. There should be a ruin here somewhere. There should be a ruin somewhere here. Alex kneels to examine the structure when he spotted a group of constructs breaking away from the main force up the stairs right towards you. Do you think you can do that a little faster? Do you want to translate ancient action, which it turns out is just middle ascendant? Well, you got about 30 seconds before we have company. Got it. You suddenly click, and then whir. Tumblers turn, locks open, another yawning cavity comes a strange crystal. Now we just have to charge it. And how do we do that? Nia, you give it light, Valis will give it shadow. I'll get the constructs off you. Ready? Ready. You step out in front of the drone as light and shadow pour out of Nia and Valix. The crystal is starting to glow as it absorbs magic. Halt. One of the constructs swings at you, instantly duck out of the way, so his weapon smashes into his comrade. You shot me. You're defective. No, he dodged. Rapidly, constructs turn on each other, leaving you, Nia, and Valix alone. Alex just worked that out. Right, Avant. You dive back over to Nia and Valix, the crystal weapon now humming with energy, while the 3 ruins below it have also begun to glow. Which one do we press? These roughly mean mind, body, and world. And I think that determines what the weapon will do. The symbol for world can also translate to goat. What? That's the one for mind. Valley, hold her in place. Happily. Shadow tendrils spring out from the ground, tangling around the fire, locking her in one spot as you aim the weapon. What are you? You slam your hand down on the rune, and immediately the crystal shoots out a beam of purple light. As it gets close in the fire, it bursts into several smaller lights that buzz about like insects before flying to her ear. She paws at her head. Her sharp nails scratch her skin until it bleeds. Get them out! Get them out! You're God, Fire. Shouldn't you be able to get them out? But then the beam flickers out, the remaining globules of light fading away until all that remains is a dazed yet furious Fire. What have you done, Valley? Nothing. You wouldn't do, my love. The fire blasts away in Valley's shadow tendrils and staggers forward to strike at her. We need to get back over there and take her out while she's weakened. Really? Right now? Hang on a moment, Alex. There's all the time I want. We cannot waste it. This won't take long, I promise. the time or the place I want. But I would like that very much. I would very much like that. She surges forward and kisses you hard, and you slide your hand around to the nape of her neck to pull it closer. It's so easy to get lost in the perfection of her lips, how her body feels against yours, but you force yourself to pull away. There's more where that came from, after we beat the fire. I'll hold you to that. I'll hold you to that. With that, you rush back to rejoin the fight. Hey, Alex, don't you think this fight gives it a little motif? I think you're right, Armand. Valak's body begins to crack and creak and grow. The raw magic that makes up her essence, transforming her into a towering dragon. These shape traits again. You're as predictable and pathetic as your creator construct. Valak's isn't. You think you are a person? You are nothing more than a defective failure made by a bitter, lonely woman. You know nothing about me, Flower. I know who I am. The gem in her chest begins to glow. A little bit of shadowy flame flickering out from her mouth as she speaks. I am Valak's, leader of the Ashen people, daughter of Valley, and a friend to everyone and all the others who fight you. I am more than I was made to be, and more than you ever will be. Valak's, yes, you're so much more, my brilliant daughter. A gouge of dark purple flame pours out across his mouth, covering the fire completely. Get her. A gust of wind whips through the room, swirling around the fire and extinguishing the flames. You dare profane my potion with chaos. We're not done yet. You pull the calling crystal you got from the end of all things out of your bag and clutch it tightly. It's time for your revenge. Suddenly, you feel the warmth of the sun on your face, and you look out the window. You look at the high windows, see the end of all things, hovering just outside. We are here, Armand. You. All the windows in the drawing room explode with the merciless light of the desert sun. My palace. A monument to no one will not stand when many rise against it. You tell her. You're the dwarves. See the end of all things, tilt the peek further into the building. Really? We hoped it was you when we felt your name returned to us. Stop. The fire sends out a shockwave of light and sound that obliterates her constructs and knocks your allies off their feet. Your chest plate warms, but will not be moved. You glare down the fire, scowls. Where'd you get that? From some new friends of mine. Shadows whip up around you, pouring out from your armor, and a whirlwind of purple fire spins off the buffet in fire. She grits her teeth. On the flames, the spice bursts, the ends of her hair burnt to a crisp, then she laughs bitterly. I sacrifice. What do I get? I expect this disobedience from these infants with my own family. You are a monster. No, I am your queen. Same difference. You are mistaken if you think I need any of you. None of you deserve the care and patience I've given you. And one body is easier to make than 5. We can't let her start the ritual. Val raises her hands in the air, and a moment later, as a massive crack, a bolt of lightning shoots out and heads straight for Midius. No! Sister! Nitros leaps in front of her, blocking the lightning with his shield, and drops to his knees as electricity courses through him. Another bolt streaks out at Midius. She barely draws herself out of the way, the whole palace abruptly shaking on its foundation. She's trying to bring this place down all around us. We have to stop her. But the moment your friends spring to action, it's like you're in the middle of a storm, lightning all around you, making it impossible to move. You see Midius, her eyes widening with fear. She struggles to get to her feet. Imagine a invisible lance shooting out from your eyes and stabbing right into Farah's head. Farah goes back, clutching her head, and the lightning all around you falters for a moment. Now you know what Medius feels like all the time. It seems I'm not giving you the right kind of motivation. Rather than more lightning coming from Medius, all of it seems to change direction, targeting Nitrox instead. Cracks begin to form in the floor beneath you as Nitrox convulses. Medius desperately trying to get to him. Keep it together, Medius. I don't know if I can. Yes, Medius. Focus on this stranger while your brother burns. While fire rises up around Nitrox, blood came from all of you. He's hit by bolt lightning. Don't you ever tire of playing hero, One Walker? Of failing to protect yourself and now you hold dear? You're a child, fight against forces you cannot comprehend. Now it's time for you, for all of you, to grow up. She points at Medius one more time, but Medius' eyes are focused on her brother. She doesn't even see the last streak of lightning till it hits her. It happens in an instant. You're standing in the drawing room 1 second, then all of the shatters into pieces the next, sending everyone falling into the room below. You're pretty sure you lost a year of your childhood memories when you hit the ground. The rest of your party seemed to do much better. Where did she go? But when you stagger to your feet to look for Nefara, all you see is rubble and fallen rocks. You stumble over to the twins, where Nitrox hovers over an unconscious Medius, her chest still rising and falling, shadowly. Don't judge her. Nitrox, we need your help. We can't beat Nefara without. I will not leave my sister's side. I will die with her. Nitrox, we will all die if you stay. I don't care. 100 miles is Medius. Close your eyes. You want yourself to focus despite the chaos around you. You get a glimpse of the future, a short one, but see Medius and Nitrox smiling, still together. Then I want to try and save her, to give her a chance of living free of the fire. Medius' eyes flutter open for a moment. She smiles softly. She reaches up to touch her brother's face. Go, brother, and save the world. Yeah, Aaron, stay here and try to get her back on her feet. Bashi and Terrell, Alex, keep them all safe. See a flare of bright light on the other side of the cavern. Everyone else, with me. Hang on, got a great idea. What if Tora and Nitrox toss us across the room? I like this idea already. We can get to Nefara faster and install her till the others have a chance to arrive. Well, that seems risky. Yeah, it is. But play it safe. After all, my mom's waiting for me at the end of all this. But you know, I would never miss the end of the coop. Then what are we waiting for? Brace yourself, Landrat. She slips off the ground as Nitrox grabs Mal. Then they both rear back and join you. I'm glad it was Tora joined me. You mount sail with the maid's rebel, and in the air, spotting the fire, glowing magic, she stands over your physical body. That must be the ritual. She's trying to come back to life. You land hard, but quickly roll to your feet, where now you can see that your physical body is literally unraveling, magic spinning out of it into something new. What in the hell are you doing? Making myself a body, of course. Didn't seriously believe I'd have it one of your miserable forms, did you? Dozens of flaming projectiles shoot out from the fire, and Mal draws his daggers as he flits between them. Using the skills Mal taught you, you dart forward and duck behind a boulder, shielding yourself from the barrage. Miss me. You rush out and throw yourself behind a chunk of rock. She sends more beads of light your way. Miss me again. Why you? Just as another hail of fire comes down on you, Nitrox lands in front of you, shield raised, and pull Medius' styluses out. Okay, let me give you a hand there. Because Nitrox's forearm quickly draw a rune of your own design on his sword ant. What does it mean? His strength. You can see him stand up a little straighter, unaffected by the burns still littering his skin. Thank you, everyone. And I will admit, you did defeat me once. Save those kind of confessions after we win. Nitrox rolls his shoulders like he's winding up. Just as Centaurus steps forward, stand tall in front of the fire. You think you can challenge me alone, Orc? I destroy you as surely as I destroyed Itai, and the others who dared to. You couldn't. Excuse me? Even if you obliterate me here, I'll just become something else. The elements can't be destroyed. But I'm betting you can be now. Fuck you. But I'm betting you can be. Now, Nitrax. Until flings one of her axes right at the fire, when Nitrax leaps behind her and strikes out with his sword. She jolts shields up to block both attacks, only for you and Mal to rush in, forcing her to stumble backward and momentarily severing the magic, tying her to your body. Let's see how long you can keep this up. Mal's lashes cross one of the fire's shoulders, only for a wave of light to blast out from the fire, sending all of you flying. You watch in horror as the fire turns back to your body, just rapidly disappearing as more magic is pulled from it. Damn it, we're running out of time. What are we supposed to do? We're still no match for her. We help him. Turn to see Nitrax covering Drew. Every wave of light that explodes from the fire. But he's turned away as she raises her hand right at him. You rush from Nitrax, and all the beam of light makes contact with your shield. Light seems to explode out from it. What? Flash creeps up one of her arms, locking it in place, and Nitrax claps you on the back. Thanks for the save, everyone. Anytime. And with that, Nitrax charges forward, slams his shield into the fire, and knocks him off her feet. He grabs the High Queen's upper arm and holds her tight, pinning her down amidst the rubble. Nitrax, push all your power into her. No stop. Gold energy pours off him and floods into the fire, straightening the aura around her. I wanted to do this ever since you shackled my sister to this horrible place. Let go of me. There's a crack of thunder, the connection between the fire and your body is severed, and your physical form rapidly spools back into itself. But it only seems to straighten the fire, as she nearly jolts Nitrax off of her. Rashi, Valley, sister, I cannot hold it for much longer. No one will give her my power. We're here, brother. Mace's drags into view, supported by Bakshi, energy overflowing from both of them to the fire. It won't be long now. As Nitrax struggles against the fire, Valley knees beside her, pinning her other side down. She cups her cheek. It's time to let go, my love. There's nothing for you here. You're sure that? Life begins to pour from Fire's mouth and eyes. Chunks of her skin flaking off, with moths on her dress shrivel and die. It's working. No, no! What are you doing? We're tearing down a tyrant. You had everything once, and you drew it all away for power. And now here at the end, you have nothing. But you took far too much from far too many to ever be forgiven. Sally nods to you as you step up in front of the fire, and a familiar blade appears in your hand. But where did you get this? The fire and I forged her together. Long ago. Such drugs always return when they are needed. Not a secret. So many secrets. The blade is painfully familiar to you. The memory of his cost and anger that will hold you at the bottom of a cruel and empty sea. But you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you turn to see everyone gathered around you. You don't have to do this alone, Avon. We're right beside you. Because that's right where we belong. Fuck you. Because that's right where we belong, kid. Old friends and new. New comedies and tragedies. Even when we aren't sure we deserve to be. Even when we don't know. Whenever you need us, whatever you need. Rain or shine, flood or famine. We'll be here. We will always be here. You raise a blade of light to rest the tip. You raise the blade of light to rest the tip of it against the fire's heart, and she abruptly stops struggling. She looks up at you. This is it, Nefara. I know. The High Queen closes her eyes. A regular peace on her face. She plunges the sword into her chest. A silence settles over you all. She looked down at the fallen god. A weight lifted. A song ended. A new one beginning. Oh, okay, bye.